welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick from the city of Hampton. And today we are going to give you an opportunity to attend some great music and benefit some great causes. My guests today are Bobby BlackHat Walters and Larry Burwald. Welcome.
Thank you. So glad to be back.
It's good to have you here again. And Larry, for the first time.
My first time.
Tell me about the music community coming together for benefits. I mean, we have such a vibrant music community here, so many wonderful local bands, but you guys do this for a living. To give of your time is huge.
Well, you're right. We have a very, very supportive music community here, which is a wonderful thing that doesn't happen everywhere. But in our 757 community, we have a very supportive music community. And frequently, music is one of the things that draws people together for a cause. And every year, I can tell you, I get calls and emails about different events and participating in various fundraising things every year. And I can't do them all, but I try to do the ones I can. So yes, we do get together and we do that a lot. I have a saying I tell everybody. I said, you make a down payment today for the blessing you may need tomorrow. And so that's why I try to get involved with the fundraisers whenever I can, whether it's performing or just going to support or putting the word out, whatever it might take is to make it happen. Because, it could be me. And I hope it's never me, but it could be me. But it's happened to friends of mine. It's happened to family members. And so if I can lend a hand, that's a good thing.
That's wonderful. And I probably should have backed up. I assume everyone knows you.
Who is
play
this
in
guy?
Hampton so frequently. Bluesman, musician, author, songwriter, harp player. I mean, you do everything basically, and you're everywhere. You make appearances. You play for yourself. You come and support other musicians. I think people in Hampton know you by now. I hope so. But it's great to have you. And Larry knew your face and didn't know you. You've played with a variety of bands.
I do.
And still do.
I am very lucky to be living a musician's life. But Bobby and I have played together for over 10 years. We met at one of Hampton's famous open mics. It used to be Goodfellas, downtown Queen Street. And that was a real networking place. A lot of musicians that are active today first got acquainted in that area, but Bobby and I certainly did. And yeah, I play with several bands in the area. Roosterfoot, Seth Stainback and Roosterfoot. I have a band called Little Doors, and I'm often substituting for Bobby's guitarist. Tom Euler is a great young guitarist, but sometimes Bobby calls me up and says, "Hey, Tom can't come, you want to play?" And so we're doing that on a couple of upcoming occasions.
So both of you sort of allude to the fact that making a living as a musician is a labor of love more than profit. And musicians don't always make a lot of money. They patch things together, don't always have enough health insurance or may have other issues. And so one of these benefits is for a local musician. Can you tell us, first of all, when? And then let's talk about the cause after that.
Well, I'm gonna let Larry do this because Larry is really honchoing this next event.
Well, yeah, Dave Huffstetler is a bass player who has been around this area playing music since the 70s. He's a terrific, talented musician, and he's always been in demand. He's played with multiple bands around here over the years. Russell Scarborough Trio, Luca Berlagassi, Little Doors, Who We Are Not, several of the bands that are going to be at this benefit on his behalf. And the benefit is April 28th at the Vanguard Brewery and Distillery, which Hampton folks by now, I hope, know, this fabulous music, food, drink venue. And for that event, we're doing 2 stages at the same time. They have an outdoor stage, which when you drive by, you can see,
I can see it, but
out
I
in the
didn't know
parking
they were
lot.
Using it yet.
Well,
you may debut that outdoor
yeah,
stage.
so on April 28th, they're going to close the parking lot. They're going to roll out AstroTurf. They'll be serving food and beverages outdoors. The stage is a covered stage, but it's pretty good size, and it's going to be fully equipped for sound. So we'll be running bands all day from 11 o'clock until 6 p.m. It's a Sunday afternoon, and we'll be having bands outdoors as well as indoors. And on the indoor stage, we're going to have the louder electric bands. The outdoor stage is going to be a little more acoustic oriented. But it's all associated, there are a total of 12 bands. But it's a fundraiser for Dave. We'll be just asking for donations at the door. There's no ticket sales, so you can pay what you can do and help what you can. All of the acts are donating their time. We have the Seth Stainback and Friends, we have Anthony Rosanna's band, we have the Bobby BlackHat Band, we have numerous Fade to Blue, we have Who We Are Not, we have the Story Weavers, total of 12 acts.
That is fabulous.
And it's going to be going all day on a Sunday afternoon. People can come and go, but it's going to be a great event.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah,
That sounds wonderful. And to help someone of your own. I mean, I really do think the musicians here, obviously everyone has an ego and everyone cares deeply, but the amount of support, the flexibility, the way people play with each other, support each other, and come out for a cause like this is really wonderful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dave is a great guy, and it was a no-brainer to getting engaged with this. And I was surprised at how many acts. Larry pulled this together pretty
12 is
quickly. He
huge.
pulled this
Yeah.
together pretty quickly. I mean, he put the word out, and I had people call me, ask could they get involved. You know, so that's a pretty good testament to Dave, that people, you know, how much they care for him and respect him and want to support him. So that's wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
And you know, for music fans, what a great way to hear so many of the wonderful local bands all in one day. It's great.
Yeah, and we have to really give a shout out to the Vanguard. They responded immediately. They are contributing of their own time, their staffing for this event. They're helping us in numerous ways in support of the production. And we also have one other big sponsor is Music Go Round, which is a retail music store in Virginia Beach, where Dave had worked for about the last year or so. And they've really stepped up. So our two big sponsors are the Vanguard and Music Go Round. And without them, it wouldn't be possible to have near the scale of project that we have. And of course, there's a GoFundMe also for David. For people that can't make it to the event, they can look up local bass player needs help on GoFundMe,
Okay.
and they can do what they can in that regard.
And without violating his privacy, you can tell us a little bit more about his need, I think, right?
Sure. Well, as you mentioned earlier, when you choose a life in the arts, there's no guarantees. And David has always been a dedicated musician, and you earn what you can. It's like being an actor in a community theater or something like that. It's not the same as being in the big time. And so you're just happy to be an artist and to work in the arts and to make some kind of a living in the arts. And that's Dave. He's always done that, and he's gotten by, but he's not accumulated any wealth. And so now he's older in life, and he's got a severe, very serious disease that came on rather quickly and is requiring a lot of medical treatment and doesn't have a lot of fallback. So again, we all as musicians and artists around the area can easily imagine, well, it could just as easily be me. Mm-hmm. And so that's why the rallying cry, I mean, I had to turn away bands. I've had bands, even though this wasn't publicly announced, as soon as word got out in the music community, I had numerous bands and artists calling me up saying, can I play? Can I help? What can I do?
Oh
I
my
said, thank you so much. But within the first 2 days, we had all of these bands lined up, as many as we could accommodate for this event, short of being a 5-day festival. But anyhow, so it's a special opportunity. It always feels good to give. We do have a strong community among our musicians. We know each other. We go out to each other's performances. This guy right here, Bobby BlackHat, is so generous with his time, and he tells other musicians, he lectures, go out, support your fellow musicians, and he's a living example of that because he does show up everywhere. Sometimes I think he's literally in 2 places at once.
I know. I don't know how you do it. Well, there's another benefit that you're you're playing for,
Yes.
which is also in Hampton, which I think, obviously I come from the Hampton perspective, but I think of us at the center of this 757 music, partly because of the open mics, partly because of all the new venues. There are so many restaurants now that have live music. I mean, it has really blossomed, and there's so much talent here that there's room to fill all those places with live music. But in particular, Stuffed is having a benefit,
Yes.
and it is for a cause that is very near and dear to them, and actually to many of the rest of us.
Yes, on April 20th, they're having an event called Larry's Day, and it's to support the Alzheimer's Association. Casey Haas, one of the owners of Stuffed, was approached and had an idea about trying to do something for this very special cause. And they have a personal interest because their dad is going through some of this right now. And that was another one where the call came in and said, hey, we're going to do this event. We're looking for some bands. And again, it was a scramble as everybody was, jumping on board. So that's another band. Seth Steinbeck will be there. Anthony Rozzano will be there. My band will be there, and they have several other acts. I can't keep up. There's so many going on. But that event's going to start at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and it'll be going all through the afternoon. And they're going to close down their parking lot. They're putting tents up. They're putting food trucks up, and it's just they're expecting a huge crowd.
Well, they must be expecting a huge crowd because they can accommodate pretty much, from their own kitchens.
Yes, but
so for them to invite
they're going to expand, and it's going to be a wonderful day. So we're really excited about that. My band goes on about 2:30 that afternoon. And so it's just going to be a fun day for a very good cause.
It is a very good cause. I know my dad had Alzheimer's, my mother-in-law had Alzheimer's, and the incidences are increasing, and there's got to be a way that
Yes.
we can fund some research on this and figure out how to control it, how to prevent it, all those kinds of things, because it is very hard to watch someone you love go through that.
Well, so many times when something happens and we see it happen, and people say, well, what can I do? And many times there's not a lot you can do personally as far as physically, But I tell folks, like for Dave's, thing and for the Alzheimer's thing, I said, sometimes all you can do is, lack of better words, just throw some money at it. Support the research behind the scenes that's going to help find the cause and prevent it. That's what you can do. And at the same time, you get a chance to support the event, support your community, and support the musicians. Again, all the musicians are playing this for free, but they know that it could be them next time.
That's right, and we know, as viewers, as fans, as people who enjoy music, that it costs money, and so don't just come and get in for free. Think about what you're getting in terms of you all's time and expertise and enjoyment, and give that amount to the cause, because
absolutely.
that is what's going to get us to where we need to be.
Absolutely, and I tell folks all the time, I said, I work a tip jar. I'll walk up to you and put that tip jar right in your face. I'm not shy about it. When it's hard for me to do things for myself. When I can do things on behalf of somebody, I can be very ruthless, and I'll go right up to you. And Larry knows I'm not shy about that.
You're
not shy
about
period,
anything.
Bobby.
Yeah, come on.
But it's an opportunity. We mentioned the things that happen. I mean, it's all kinds of support behind the scenes that go on that you just don't know unless you're going through it. And so that's what these programs help support, is to help those things that you don't see, and you never know what that might be. So again, you make a down payment today for the blessing you may need tomorrow. And I think that's a very important thing for everybody to understand. Things happen fast, they happen unexpectedly, and if you're the one that's left holding the bag, you're going to be looking for somebody maybe to give you some support. So that's what we try to do.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bobby and Larry. And thank you for watching, but don't go anywhere, because to entice you to visit these benefits, Bobby and Larry are going to perform for us, so stay tuned.
You got me running. You got me running, you got me hiding, you got me run, hide, run. Anywhere you want to let roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know you got me where you want me. Tell me what you want me to do. You got me hiding. You got me peeping. You got me hide, peep, peep, hide. Anywhere you want to let roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know you got me where you want me. Tell me what you want me to do. I'm going in. I'm going out. I'm going in, out, out, in. Anywhere you want to let roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know you got me where you want me. Tell me what you want me to do. Left, I'm going right. I'm going left, right, right, left. Anywhere you want to let roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know you got me where you want me. Tell me what you want me to do.